Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Growing Clip Bonsai for Seniors. Yep, this is what I'm starting to get for the children's corner. Getting ready, still getting ready for it. I have to find a pot though. I gotta put Pinkie Pie over here. I found that deer sign at Hobby Lobby, 70% off now. So I got it for $2.40 and get a load of this bear. This guy is one cool bear. He was 20 bucks, 70% off, about $6.30. Isn't that cool? That's pretty good. So today is really Tuesday. Yesterday was Monday on that video, and how I goofed it up. When you're retired, you lose all track of time and days. So today is really December 13th of 2022. Yes, today is Tuesday. Yesterday was Monday. Today we're going to do a patchouli. I found it at Ted's greenhouse. Its Latin name is Pogostemon cablin, native to tropical Asia. The pH is about 5.5 to 6.2, and it likes a fertile and moist conditions. Does not like a boggy soil because it'll get root rot, so it needs a nice fast draining soil. And caterpillars love to eat its leaves, so that's what you got to watch out for, caterpillars. And it's got some kind of a leaf fungus, so if you get it because it's either too humid or something, then what you got to do is sterilize your pruners, put them in some peroxide, cut the leaves off and discard them, and sterilize your pruners again, because you don't want that spreading to the rest of the plant. So, but before we do that, I found a nice plant to do at Ted's for the children's corner, and it's a nice goldfish plant. Look at that. And we're going to bonsai that. I think the kids will like that because it does get a woody stem and it tends to trail, so maybe we can make a cascading bonsai out of it. I don't know, but we'll give it a try. So let's put that over here. And oh yes, I got 3 Mujan teas. You've seen that on my previous videos. So they were good. Oh, these are good plants. So we got to start doing them. And here's the patchouli. Look at that. Ted's greenhouse. If you're out that way, go to Ted's. Great stuff. You wouldn't believe the poinsettias they got. The poinsettias they got there are... the colors on them are stupendous. I mean, they're really great. Okay, so let's get moving here, because I know you guys got a lot of things to do with the Christmas holidays coming up. So I got my bucket of water. And I didn't water it because we're gonna plant it today. So I'm gonna take my scissors and cut the roots off over here, so we can get it out of the pot. So that's a little bit of a root pruning here. Yeah, if you get out to Ted's, man, this greenhouse is fantastic on plants. I mean, you can't believe how great it is. Okay, so let's get this pot out of the way. Let's see what we got here. It's got a nice live looking root system. Now we can cut maybe this off and this one off, and then maybe cut that one back, and it says it roots easily. All right, now I'm going to take my ironwood tools. I'm going to go right into the trunk there. Got my needle nose and cut that off. And Kevin took off. I don't know, he was here before giving me a hard time. I'm trying to fix everything up and he's all over the place. I was trying to write on the blackboard and he was all over that too. So I cut that one big branch off, and they're supposed to root real good. So we can make these maybe developing branches. Now this thing grows, oh, I forgot to write that down. I ain't got the book. It's about 18 inches tall or 45 centimeters tall. So we're going to cut this back. We want the flowers off because we want to get the roots growing. And we'll take some of these flower heads off because we want it to root. So let's get some of this off. Now this plant is native to Asia, tropical Asia. I don't know if I wrote that down. There we go. Cut these off. Just cut. Get the flowers off because we want to get this root system developing. And then on some of these cuttings, maybe I can take the flowers off and see if they root. I don't know, but we'll give it a shot. Okay, now I like the underwater root raking. That's the best because everything falls apart real nice. Now putting this in the water, I got all the air bubbles coming out of it. Who is here? Who is here? Mr. Kevin. Let's see if he's going to smell this. Mr. Kevin is here. There he is. Okay, so let's get this out. Just checking to make sure we're doing everything right. I finally found my bucket. I was going to buy another one, but I didn't. So when you do the underwater root raking, the soil comes off nice and easy. Nice and easy. Let's get some more. I know that's not the traditional way of doing root raking, but for me it's a lot easier, especially if you got arthritis. Soil comes out real nice. So we're just doing that. Kevin, what you doing there, buddy? He wants to be on camera. He kept hitting the tablet or the iPad, so I don't know about this guy. Well, the straw boss just left. Kevin, you're a nut. There we go. So we're getting a lot of this root off. I mean, a lot of the soil off the roots. And root raking's really easy and really good. There, look at that. Look at them roots. This is amazing. Look at this beautiful root system on this plant. Look at it. Super cool. Now this is supposed to be, I think, a member of the mint family. But let's see how it grows. And what we're going to just do is take our wooden skewer and just comb out the roots the best we can. Just comb them out, comb them out. Now eventually it develops a woody stem. So we're going to see if we can really make a tree out of this, a bonsai tree. Now it doesn't hurt to try something different. And this plant was only $3.99. So where can you beat that? And if you're low on money, go to Ted's. He's got a nice bunch of starter plants there that you can really get into. And he's got a whole bunch of these. Oh, Kevin's in there poking his hands, his paws in the water like a nut. So there we go. Look how nice that is. Look at that beautiful, beautiful root system. And then I'm just going to squirt off the leaves. Get all that peat moss off of it. And just rinse them off, shake off. Give it a good shake. And then we're going to put this here. I got my pot here. In my soil, I tried something different because I wanted faster draining. So I put even though I got 1 part worm castings, I put 3 parts peat moss, 3 parts perlite, 1 part reptibike bark, and then we're going to use our what else are we going to use? Our Azus, because after Christmas I'll order all my beneficial bacteria. And then remember I told you how it wouldn't absorb water? Well, I did is just put water in here and just knead it just kept mixing it. You can see my hands are all dirty from mixing it. And now it's nice and crumbly. It's wet, so it'll absorb water. So what we're going to do is first we're going to take a cup and just put a little bit on the bottom. Just move it around, move it around, move it around. And then we're going to take this back so we got some nice radial root, a nice radial root base on this. So I'm going to take this for clipping the roots and just like that. Throw that in the water because we'll take that outside later and dump it. But see, look at this. Look at the nice live roots on this thing. Look at how beautiful that is. It's got a nice little smell to it too. But I know they use these in medicine and all kinds of other, I forgot what they use. In the Orient they use this a lot, but I forgot if it was for medicine or for, I should have wrote it down. Time, you're losing it. But anyway, it's a nice, they use it for a lot of properties. Oh yeah, for perfuming India ink. That's what it was. I knew there was something to it. At least that's what it said in the description about the plant. So always do your research on your plants. Don't just go in there blind. Do your research before you do anything. So now I got, that's all the azus on there. That's all beneficial bacteria. It's not going to burn the roots. There, we just spread out the roots real nice. And don't be afraid to try something different. I mean, give it a shot. So this is being moved out. You're going to say, Tom, what are you going to do if it dies? Well, we tried. I mean, you don't know unless you try. So I'm going to get that. And we're just going to put that in. Like that. There we go. And we'll just jungle it around so we can get our soil into the cavity there. And we're going to just put all this soil in. Nice and easy, nice and easy. And then we're going to take our wooden skewer, the pointy end, and just fire in that soil in between the roots. Just fire that skewer into the wood. I mean, into the roots. Into the wood. Time, you're losing it today. Yes, this is live when I do it. I don't do no rehearsals. I just do it. Because if I do a rehearsal, that ain't going to be right for me. I do it by what they call the seat of your pants. Just hurry up and do it. Because I know if I rehearse it, I'll goof it up more. So you got to do it while you're thinking about it. So after you fire that skewer in, see, you got all the air pockets out so the soil went down. And now we can add some more. And this is how that soil looks. Look how nice it looks. Just put it in, put it in. There you go. Just place it in there. Place it in, place it in. Now you know you're a good person on bonsai and plants when you say soil, because it's not dirt. Dirt is what you sweep off the floor. Soil's a living, breathing thing here. Well, not, it's got the air in there, the little air channels for the roots and the water and everything else, and the beneficial bacteria. So let's give it a little squirt. You can see nothing flies away. And let's get Mr. Elephant, and let's give it a little water here. You can see how when you pre-mix, if it's too light and fluffy, when you pre-mix, you don't have to take the surface tension out, which I should have done on the last video. But you know the old saying, haste makes waste. Okay, now you take your fingers, fire in that soil, fire it in, your fingers into the soil, See, we got it down a little bit more. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to fill up my cup, and I'm going to take my spoon and just add some more soil into there. Now what they do is when they grow it in the wild or outside, they put a mulch over it to hold in the moisture. And before the cold weather sets in, you have to start bringing it in because it's very sensitive to the cold. I'm just breaking up the clumps that I didn't break up before, and that's from just the worm castings. There we go, just like that. There. Just use your fingers, push it in, push it in, push it in. Not super hard, just light enough to get it in, get it in. You don't want compaction in there. If you're afraid you pushed it in too much, just like that. And then just smooth it out, smooth it out. There you go. Look how nice that is. Let's see, Pinkie Pie got some water in there, and she'll give it a little bit more water, and you can see how nice it drains. So whatever fines are in the perlite, because I didn't sift it, it comes right out. And the reason why I didn't sift it, because it's cold out. I'm not going to sit outside in the cold, and I ain't going to do it in the basement, getting all that dust in here. There we go. Wipe it off, wipe it off. There. Now, what did I do with all the rocks? I ain't got no rocks. So, what can we put in there? Let's see what I got over here. See, I buy these little things and I keep all my stuff in there. I got all the compartments. This is, I guess, for sewing. But let's see what we got over here. And I don't have none of my other stuff here. Or do I? Do I have water? I certainly do. So, that's too big. That we ain't gonna do water. What we're gonna do is take our little truck and put it in there, just like that. Just something different. Let's see, what can we have? Oh, we got more of a front here, so we can just put our truck there. Let's put our cover on here and get our I like it. It looks like little goldfish. Look at that. Check it out. Pretty good. And we're gonna get, now that's pine bark mulch. Tom, here you go, Tom. And we're gonna put our little top dressing on that I use for a cutting mix, and just put it in, just something different. Now, will we get this to grow through the winter? I hope so. And I got another one from Ted. I bought two of them, but I got mine in a bigger pot to see how it'll overwinter in a bigger pot. Maybe I can get it to grow faster with it having more root room and everything. More room to grow, so to say. And that's all you got to do is just decorate it to the best you can. And I have to get a pot for this the goldfish plant. So there we go. There. Just like that. There. Plain and simple. Got the Christmas tree going home. Now when it's cut, it's opposite leaves, so maybe we'll get something to sprout out this way, and then we can cut it again to bush out, or we can keep this branch here and let it grow out and cut it back here after it gets a little thicker, and then we'll have some movement that way, and then we can cut it again to grow it back up. So that's part of a grow and clip bonsai. Up, here comes Kevin. Nosy Rosie here. Get out of there, Kev. You can't drink that water. Yeah, now he's after the goldfish plant. Okay, Kev, you can check everything out. He's going through everything. Look at this guy. He's all through everything. Kev, what you doing there, buddy? So, I got the tree lit. I got the candle lit there. Little candles you can get. Little candy canes. Put our candle by the bears. Now, it really is Tuesday night. I forgot which gentleman told me. Steve from the garden, and he told me about when he was delivering papers and collecting the money. They were listening to some old time radio shows, some of the people he was collecting from, and they were listening to the Shadow Knows. So give that a shot tonight if you get a chance. So you take everybody. Once again, Steve, thanks for your suggestion for our music box. Okay, Steve, in your honor, for your good suggestions, let's turn it on as our... There we go. Kevin's here checking out the planting situation, checking out the music box, saying, what's going on here, Tom? So get your hot cup of tea going, sit back and relax, and listen to some old-time detective shows tonight, because today really is Tuesday. He doesn't know what the heck's making that noise. Kevin, you're crazy today. Look at this. He's mystified at the music coming out of that little box. With that thought, I'll see what he does. We could be here all night. Take care, everybody.